250 a month, definitely, right? Yeah. Maybe. He's got a brag, so I'm sure that's Sharon, it's not you. Oh, and then you.
You went to the heart of school. I guess I was like those meeting. So I think you just skip those to this. Your classes, we're sharing. Or sharing for now.
Yeah.
You ready, Brian?
Yes.
All right, 6 o'clock, I'll call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everybody that's here. Let's go to roll call.
Eldon Larson,
I'm here.
Dayton Flake,
Here.
Karsten Flake, Kat Hansen,
Here.
Lexi Nelson.
Here.
Mr. Flakes, I told him I would say this is, got a conflict. He's also volunteering at a school activity right now, so that's where he's at.
Okay. Have a volunteer to lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have volunteer to lead us in the location? I'll do it. Father in heaven, we come before this evening. Thank you for this opportunity we have to be here to serve our community and our schools. Ask thee that thy spirit might attend us. Thank thee for the freedoms that we have in this country. I ask that thou would please bless this country, and thank you for all those given us. Say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Yay. Make a motion that we approve the agenda as it is.
Mr. President, I had one change of a fundraiser that could be removed. It's the class of 2031 pretzel fundraiser. There something fell through with that, so we don't need to approve that. If you'd like to.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda as listed with removal of the pretzel fundraiser.
Second.
Any discussion needed? All right. The vote myself, yes. Lexi?
Yes.
Kat?
Yes.
Thank you, Dayton. You're up. Motion to approve the meetings, the minutes of the meeting on August 12th. Second it. Any questions or changes there? Anything you guys saw that problems from you? All right. Call for the vote, Lexi?
Yes.
Kat?
Yes.
Stephen? Myself, yes. Brian, your superintendent's report.
Yes. So I have a few attachments to my report, but not as many details. That's okay. First of all, I wanted to thank the governing board for attending the ASBA Law Conference. That's a excellent place to keep up on different law interpretations and what schools are doing nationwide, not just in our state, but we also get a good view of how things are going in our state. Like, for example, the electronic device ban. So thank you guys for taking your time to attend that. Coming up with good ideas from it. I'm sure some of you might want to talk about some of those ideas that you've left the conference with. I don't know if it's at this meeting or sometime in the future, but we'll definitely give you that opportunity. Also, there's some attachments that I want to bring your attention to. One is a morale report. No names are included, but I kind of separated them by bullet points and colors. So I don't know if anyone had a chance to review that, but I've reviewed it and the principals have. So some interesting feedback we got from staff, and we're looking for more. And as always, you have some of the curriculum, the scope of the marketing class that we're has been started at the high school. And some information about the county sidewalk project. Is going on. I'm sure you've seen all the cones around town. As well as that, I wanted to mention we have 5 students that are showing animals, I believe, at the fair, and we're committed to work with them to make that happen. The other ones are just reminders and announcements. I also put on there the possibility of having a board work session for the staff. If you want to do that on an enrichment or whatever the board would like to do, we could discuss that. Something else I wanted to add to my report, and we just learned about this today, or at least I did. There's a bit of a measles outbreak around the Colorado City area where El Capitan, their school's from. They have a football team that's scheduled to come here next Friday. So we've got to do some research and see where they're at. Like, none of their football team, last report, they didn't have it. No football.
They haven't had a case in the high school. Just in the community.
Yeah. But who knows about charter schools or homeschools? That could happen. No, it's in the community and it spreads like crazy. So that's the concern I have. We'll probably get some guidance from the county. The AIA, I think, is kind of being neutral, but there are other teams that have not played them. But there's no consequence from the AIA with that. So
If we pulled out of the game, AIA wouldn't punish.
wouldn't put it. That's what our understanding at this point.
Yeah, we're getting confirmation on that in details, but that's the understanding.
Well, don't we have immunization records?
Yes.
We do.
I mean, so technically the only ones there is no that have people with immunizations.
Yeah, but I think that's a significant, I mean, I've personally filed those at one point in our district. A lot of people will use the religious exemption, and
Okay.
we don't usually ask a lot of questions. So that exemption would mean, yeah, when a measles outbreak happens, they go home first, employees or students that don't have that vaccine. It's highly contagious and deadly, so. But it might be over by, so I don't want to cancel the game here at this meeting or make it sound like we are. There was a small community, Winkleman, that had it a few years ago, or right by like Bray or one of those schools. They had some, and I think they continued with their sports season. So.
Have we ever counseled against or something like that before?
I mean, obviously games got canceled for COVID. But nobody. Anything else, Mr. Phillips? Any questions? Mr. Phillips? All right. And signed up?
Yeah.
That brings us to consent agenda. I'll make a motion that we approve the items as listed in the consent agenda. Was a reminder that we remove the pretzel rate. Sure. Okay. Any discussion needed? So vote that.
Yes.
Stephen? Yes. No, yes, Lexi? Yes. All right, that brings us to 8A. Make a motion that we approve the personnel requests as presented.
Take your time. There's quite a few people on there. You may have looked at it already, so if you have. Worries.
You guys have any questions? Feel free to ask.
Some are resignations, some are approval. or an assignment if they're currently an employee.
So I saw somewhere that there was for another volleyball coach for 3 teams. How is there 3? What is the third team?
Freshmen.
Okay.
So, and they usually have pretty good participation. In volleyball, they serve a lot of girls, literally and so we appreciate that. And this request, we get to it
Okay.
at length. But football, actually, I think they have 3 right now as well.
Questions? Okay, call for vote, Dayton? So, yes,
Yes.
Yes.
you. Here's your volleyball coach. Make a motion that we approve the additional volleyball coach position as presented.
Second. Could I break a rule? Because I discussed that side of that. Was that okay?
No,
Okay.
it was fine. Technically, maybe, but
We're sorry.
You guys must have just went to a law conference.
We did.
yes, we did.
Lexi ditched that class.
No, I didn't. See, I was concerned. I asked.
You're good.
Okay.
All right, call for a vote. Myself, yes. Lexi.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That brings us to 8C. I make a motion that we approve the performance pay plans and classroom site fund allocation as presented. A second from Dayton. Any questions?
I can give you a
Can you
quick
just
summary.
explain it what it is?
Yeah, so it's a performance pay plan that you have to meet certain requirements for. So teachers, the requirements are 4 basic categories: professional development, like they have to keep so many hours for their certification anyway. But this is there to remind them. Some classroom goals, collaboration with the site goals as well with that. Flex days for like they do intramural basketball and soccer, and field trips. And we actually have quite a few field trips from the elementary coming up over the next couple of months. And which one did I skip, Mr. Miller? Is that so?
Student goals.
What's up on the
Oh,
screen?
thank you, Steve. Student performance that's the goals I was talking about with SLOs, that's student learning objectives. Your evaluation was the 4th one. So anyone that gets a poor evaluation doesn't qualify.
So this is on top of their salary or whatever?
I think it's about 2,500 on top of their salary, and there's 3 additional plans besides the teachers that we have this year. I'm recommending speech specialist, nurse, and high school guidance counselor. The plans are all worked out.
Any other questions? Okay. You guys ready to vote? Oh.
Yes.
Lexi? Yes?
Yes.
Myself, yes. 8D, this, that I need to keep shuffling up. Make a motion that we approve the possible, I'll make a motion that we approve, that this is the second reading before I get over this, right?
Correct.
Make a motion that we approve the policy changes as listed.
I'll second it.
I've read the summary of these last time or talked about them, but I'm willing to do it again if the board would like to. But not really, I wouldn't call them substantive changes that would affect us.
I read it through all of it. Let's call for a vote. Kat?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Lexi?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that brings to 9A. You're just reviewing this?
Yeah, for discussion, I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you what.
Motion, we open for discussion. evening practices for extra activities.
Okay. So
Thank you, Dave.
attached to that item is what's in our handbook about concurrent participation with students and also practice times. Practice times over the years, they've been adjusted a little bit here or there. As you'll notice in that policy, it says in the spring and the fall, the teams will get done at 6:30, but there's an exception in the winter. When that policy was written, we didn't have a cheer program in the fall, and we didn't know there wasn't a track and a baseball or softball situation where they could do both. However, right now we have a situation where they can do both, and it has created a conflict for some. We have about 9 girls that do 2. So I'm here to answer questions. There's a mistake in not updating the handbook that I'll take responsibility for. But at this point, the best we can do is what we think is the right thing. And so that's what we're trying to do. And it also says in there 9 p.m. for all activities. That was more geared towards the music, or if you have to have a double stack practice to keep them. Just about everything, we should get the kids home before 9. So I'd love to hear some comments from the board, thoughts about concurrent participation in the sports. There's some good and probably some bad with that as well. But most of the time, as we review this, there's a lot of kids that benefit from having the opportunity to do both. We have to make sure that we consult with the new students that come in, or that if they're not familiar with this policy, to make sure they know what, you got to declare it primary and a secondary sport and those type of things. And it's a much bigger time commitment.
And all the coaches are okay with this?
I think so. I haven't heard anything.
And it says in there, both coaches have to agree on it.
Oh, for yeah, dual participation.
What would have been some of the issues with it?
Like, so if you choose to play 2, but you're past the deadline, you can't quit either one, or you get kicked off of the other one too. So that's an issue. Practice times running late, like the girls that play volleyball then have to go to cheer practice and spend another 2 hours or whatever there. So that was a concern. So they're getting home a little later. And sometimes your secondary sport will conflict with the primary, like maybe baseball, or no, it's better to do football and cross country. So let's say the football team makes the playoffs, but somebody's also doing cross country and they didn't make it. If that was their primary sport or not, cheer is actually a better one. I should back up because that wouldn't be a conflict. The girls want to stay and cheer for the football team who made the playoffs, but volleyball might be going to regionals. That would be a potential conflict. Not this year, we've checked that, but those are the type of things that come up. Or they'll both be in the playoffs and a parent will be like, he has a chance for state championship in this, and he's just a bench warmer in this program. So those type of conflicts we get regularly as well. But all said and done, I think it's worth it. And I think Mr. Miller agrees with me to give them the option, because we've had a lot of students excel doing 2, as I'm sure a lot of you know, but Mr. Miller could probably read off a list of student athletes. 9 right now doing cheer and volleyball.
The main one, the cheerleaders want to do that in sport, the different.
Yeah. Mr. Miller could probably answer better, but the prime, they don't, as far as I know, they don't let cheer be a primary sport. So volleyball, if you're going to do both, volleyball is the primary. Is that correct?
Cheer and volleyball has, usually has a high number, and in the spring, baseball and track will have some that cross over. There's usually, it's very rare that it's more than 2 or 3, but I think last year we had 5 or 6. But track does some morning practices in that situation, so it doesn't, they stagger it, but just do it in the mornings instead of evening.
If people try to accommodate it and they all buy into it, it's usually pretty smooth. Invariably, there's something will come up about every year. So my plan, the first thing to do is at the end of the season, we'll change the wording in that handbook to reflect our intentions of what we were trying to do in the first place. I think the deadline's like 1 week into the season, is that right? Or 2?
I think it's 2.
Sounds like an accommodation you would have to make in a small school.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's concerns, and we need to follow our policy.
Yeah.
Right now, but our intention, I didn't foresee that without changing the handbook. So we say in the fall, they're supposed to get done by 6:30. Trying to share them, it's gonna run after that just because of hours in the day.
So does cheer purposely wait till volleyball's out so they
Yeah.
can have their practice?
Any other questions?
But you guys feel free, this is time to discuss it openly with each other, the public. If you want to see.
Well, I think if the coaches sign off and the
As long as
parents
everyone-
understand and everyone's consenting, then, and it's been totally explained, all the rules, and we all are okay with it.
Yeah, this one probably, the questions I've had recently could have been avoided had I updated that wording. And it's attached there, but yeah, just those things, I guess.
All right, let's move on. Make the motion that we open for review, assuming this is a first reading. New policies to be considered for adoption.
And I think, go ahead, second.
I'll second it.
Okay, so these are only 2 policies. And the first one is dealing with IVP fingerprint clearance cards, specifically with bus drivers and support staff. And the second one says graduation requirements. I believe, thank you for pulling that up, Steve. So accommodation schools, it has to do with credit transfer for if we get a student or send a student to an accommodation school. Excuse me, high school assessments. Administered by,
Sorry, the IKF, we just approved that the last set.
that's the wrong policy, I think, Steve. What's the top?
It's
On 15 and 16. That's
so the one we
brand new.
just did was 9/11,
Yeah,
Well, just, it said, okay,
and this one says 9/16. That we did just the two.
graduation requirements.
Okay, it's the exact same thing.
Okay,
but you see the parenthetical comment there,
Yeah.
additional language.
It's adding.
But will you go to 916, Steve? Just the summary is fine. I just want to make sure I didn't spend my time on the other policies this afternoon. Regarding high school assessment administered by, so like we do, we administer the ACT, which is not a state in-house assessment, but the laws, HB 2540, they allow that. What they're doing here is they're allowing accommodation schools to do the same thing. Like we use the ACT at their junior year, right, Mr. Miller?
And we do the ACT Aspire for freshmen. Those are the 2 high school tests.
And I think that was a good move by the high school. Mr. Miller led that one and went away from the double ASA test, Our sophomores still do it, but,
Originally, we had a choice. Now it's the state test for everyone. So
but not the juniors.
junior ACT is the test now.
Oh,
It doesn't need
for
that.
sophomores.
Sophomores, there's no state test. We just do our own benchmark testing.
Okay. Good to know, but that, I think it was a good thing that, he switched over the high school to ACT years back, so. You'll have a month to review that as well. Need to.
All right, thank you. Do we have, let's move on to the next one. Meeting requests for future agenda items.
But if you guys wanna, do you wanna wait to do, set it like a, work session? If we can have all the board members there and do a soft posting, just no action, of course. Or we can think about it and come back at the next.
I think it's a great idea.
For what, the meeting with the staff?
Yeah,
I like that idea.
on a enrichment Friday, does that sound good?
Mhm.
Yeah.
No sense in bringing them in sometime when they don't have to. They already gotta be here for enrichment, might as well. Make it like a
Yeah.
training or something.
Yeah.
Would you be okay with, me finding some dates then?
Yeah.
Or, yeah,
Just let us know.
can do that. We do have an enrichment day this Friday, but it's also grandparents' day and some things going on at the high school.
Oh, I read all the around things.
Yeah.
That acknowledging teachers on birthdays and things like that. I think that's, I guess I didn't realize that wasn't happening.
It happens, but more like by people's friends,
Yeah,
whoever's friends at the time. We
yeah,
don't have an official committee. Some people take it upon themselves to really recognize, and to some people that's important.
yeah, I mean, it's not important to me, like, I don't want anyone to acknowledge my birthday, but I could tell by what, but for some people that is a big deal, so.
Yeah, and the thought I had after reading that was actually because I was working on our performance plan. If they wanted to form a committee, and get their flex hours that way, we could look at it.
Well, I know the elementary, they do their birthday lunch.
Yeah, they already do.
They've done that for years, and that is fun. But, yeah.
Hasn't been improving the scores.
I was with Salisbury State.
Yeah, maybe the food's not good enough.
I don't know, I could just see how like maybe socialism more or whatever might help with
Yeah,
fun being at work. I don't know. I don't need that kind of stuff, but I understand.
yeah, a committee like that could explore things, but you never know, we might have a staff that wants to do an adult dance or a couple Valentine. We talked about that several years ago and decided it was not a good idea, but,
I don't think you need to go overboard, but just
Yeah.
something
right.
like
Staff problem.
just something that makes people want to come to work, I guess, and enjoy being at work. And
Yeah,
people have different expectations. I
Okay.
don't know. Something I noticed that was common in almost all of the comments that were submitted.
yeah, I think we had 8, total responders or something like that. They're different colors, so we can
Yeah.
count.
I read all of them. One of them, I laughed because I told you she was.
They give it away even when it's not.
There were a few, you can tell people.
Laughing. Yeah, there were several. I was like, oh, I know who that is. But I appreciate the ones that were willing to submit, so.
Mm.
Okay. About upcoming meetings and events calendar, we got a list of there. And we don't have to move on. Be aware the next meeting, October 14th.
Do we have the 13th off from school or not? Columbus Day? Oh, okay.
There's a fall break on the 9th, that Thursday before.
Oh, okay.
All right. I would like to go watch a JV football game because I have 2 kids playing. So
Oh, well, we better get going.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second it.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's sign. Thanks.
Thank you guys for your service.